If you are in dire need of a new go-to cool toned makeup look, come with me. Starting off by prepping my skin, of course, with a little bit of this Tatcha Dewy Milk Moisturizer. I think I'm gonna go with the Haus Labs foundation to keep the skin looking as close to actual skin as we possibly can. Carving out my cheekbones and the sides of my nose using the Westman Atelier contour stick. This is the shade Biscuit. Also using that to carve out my jawline a little bit. Using the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. This is the shade Light Medium. And I'm just kind of using that to melt everything together. A little bit of the Road Pocket Blush in the shade Piggy on the back of my hand just to warm it up a little bit for a super pretty, fresh looking pop of pink. Taking a little bit of the Natasha Denona concealer. This is shade N2 right on the back of my hand. And using that to brighten up the inner corner of my eye. I'll take it underneath and then up and out at the outer corner to kind of lift everything up. Grabbing that blush brush again and just really softly blending out any harsh lines. Taking the Huda Beauty loose setting powder. This is the shade Poundcake on the end of a fluffy brush. I'm going to set my under eye, doing my best to keep it away from that cream blush so we can keep some of that glow. Lightly setting underneath the cheekbone for even more definition. And then I like to do a little beside my nose and a little in this area in the middle of my forehead. Okay, now I'm going to take the Givenchy Prisme Libre bronzing powder. I'm going to try to focus my brush primarily on the cooler shades. And I'm going to gently tap over the areas that we placed that Mario enhancer earlier. Don't forget to take a smaller brush and redefine the nose. I'm also going to take that through the lid just for overall continuity. I'm gonna use the CL powder blush. This is the shade Chill. This one is like Piggy's perfect match. Picking that up with a fluffy brush, softly applying that on top of Piggy to bring that like cool tone pink back to life. That is so pretty. Okay, moving on to eyes. I am so excited to use this. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna start by taking the shade Fair all over the lid to get rid of any discoloration. Shade Stone through the crease. Taking a smaller, more dense brush. Taking shade Mesh to the outer corner and kind of like a sideways V. Shade Tender at the outer corner to further deepen. Packing shade Silhouette onto the outer corner for a little bit more depth. And with whatever is left over on the brush, I'm not even drawing a wing. I'm just kind of directionally lifting the eye upward and outward. Shade Silhouette again in the inner corner, bringing that to the lower inner corner as well, and then to just the outer third of the lower. Shade Delilah packed on just to the center of the upper lash line and just to the center part of the lower lash line. We're going to tightline the upper waterline, lightly feathering my lashes up and slightly to the side using the Haus Labs mascara. Taking a little bit of the Nessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm, wiping off the excess on my hand. I only want the tiniest bit of product. And I'm going to use that to really softly redefine that lift and clean up the eyeshadow a little bit. Makeup Forever Endless Cacao to line the lip. And a tiny, tiny bit of Buxom White Russian. And lastly, we're going to set using the Nessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Setting Spray.